Well, welcome back. Thank goodness everything went good, safe. That was a pretty good idea to use that tree, so thanks, Dad. But this is a good time, really. I like to switch stuff up, if you can't tell. I can't be too much this way or that way, or else the algos are blah, 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 whatever. But today's a great day to use this one for analogy. So, sometimes you gotta prune even the big, kind of heavy logs, stems, branches, whatever, roots, stumps in life. I'm guilty of this hardcore. These last couple of years have been an insane walk. Just so many changes, whether anybody would believe that or not. But, as I've gotten older, you get stronger, you get wiser if you use it. But also the ability to teach somebody something that can, if that can prevent years of just junk out of the way, or even possible death. Because, if this dude came down on somebody, even if I was not here, I just still had a responsibility of not allowing that to be up there, because, there's friends have kids, a friend could be out here, we could be messing around, and this thing come down and hurt them or kill them, man. That would be on me, because I knew better. But, if you look up there, that sucker's still pretty solid. But just, it's better just get it out now. It was uncomfortable. I did it as safe as I could by I want to say the father was with me for sure, but, generally you don't want to do that stuff by yourself, especially something of this size that can split off. Now, I have a little experience, a little bit, but the biggest experience I do have is always being safe. And if you're not safe, then if it can happen, it will. So we got this taken care of. I'm not going to show you all me chopping up or any of that today, because I got other stuff to do, but it was on my heart to put this video out, because a lot of it, I realized when you looked at it before, it looked like a pretty sturdy dude up there and whatnot, but all it takes is this. All it takes is termites or beetles or whatever, and then next thing you know, that heart rot, that transfers all the way down. Next thing you know, this awesome tree for some shade right now is completely gone, and it's because you didn't do some maintenance. So not only can it hurt somebody else, but it can hurt you as well, because you did not do the maintenance. So I had to get dedicated, get motivated, and get high speed to figure that out. But now here we are, and it feels awesome just not even being out here, having that thing when I'm mowing out in this area or cleaning up this back. There's still some progress that needs to be made, and it doesn't have to be. I'm not having a den of serpents in my backyard. I've experienced, actually, what was it, maybe a couple months ago now, I had the largest copperhead I've ever seen in my life slithering right behind me, and the dude said, "Hey, there's a big snake behind you," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Oh yeah, there was. Oh yeah, it was the biggest. It had to be a female, because I've never seen one that big, about 4 foot long, which is huge for a copperhead, or at least, most times 2-3 foot, but that was a big one. Anyway, it moved to a different place. But going back to this is, kind of for context, is if you got stuff now that needs to get out, this world's looking crazy, y'all. It has been for a long time, but now it's just blatantly obvious that there's some other things going on here. And I love you. I love any person that's trying to get out of that garbage, out of that junk. That's the only way you're going to be able to do that is with Yeshua and your heart and relationship with the Father through Him. That's it. I wouldn't even be here at all probably a month ago if it wasn't for Him hitting my ass with some lightning. Dude, you talk about a red hiney, you'll never forget that. Now, I might stumble and slip, but, I'm getting these stumps out. I'm getting these dead branches out. Because if I don't take care of them now, they can hurt somebody later. So, as much as I can do right now, I am. And at the time, it seems overwhelming. But, what was it, a few weeks ago now? At another event. These happen often in Danny Boy's life, so. Oh, Daniel-san has to fight hard. But we did a 7-mile float. And the first 3.5 miles were awesome, fun. And the last 3.5 miles, almost to exact T, 3.5 miles were not fun at all. It was awful. And looking back now, I laugh about it because it's like, there's no way. Like, I couldn't even pull out my phone to film. You couldn't see within like 20 feet of you. You wouldn't even be able to see anybody in a kayak in front of you that far away. Our kayaks would fill up with water. And we had to flip all of our kayaks, which now you're talking 10, 12 foot, 13 foot kayaks holding, I don't even know how many gallons. Enough to where it took multiple people to flip them over. And we tried waiting it out, and it got worse. It started turning green and even darker. So yeah, the whole time all I could do was just pray underneath this tree with all of us. And I didn't pray for the storm to go away. I just asked the Father, because lightning was hitting all around us, to keep us safe. And we kind of put that urge on all of us together, like, we gotta go. We had to move. Because if we didn't move, it was, damn near tornadic, and we wouldn't even get off that river till 8 or 9 at night. That's never a great thing, to be on a river in a storm at night. So I had lightning at that point. I had 2 people ahead of me. They got, I don't know, I'd say realistically about an 1/8 mile ahead, because I was helping another buddy flip his kayak, and then I went in the middle of everybody, and there was 2 more behind me. And the reason I did that, because I was being honest with them. I said, dude, if anybody's going to get hit with lightning today, it's probably going to be me. So I was like, just everybody stay back. And well, we'd get to certain little points where we'd all make sure everybody was still in the group, still good, as best we could. But, you had to fight. You had to fight hard to earn it. I remember losing muscle, like just having muscle failure numerous times, like probably a good 3-4 times. And to one point, before in the second time, I finally caught my breath underneath this tree, just enough to where the rain wasn't stinging as bad. And, I start going backwards, and I almost put my paddle down in the ground, or in the water, and tried to hit the ground and couldn't, and almost lost it. And if I would have lost that, I would have been up the creek without that paddle, that's for sure. And nobody had extra ones. Kayak, it is what it is. But that really taught me something over these last couple weeks of, really upping the game in this spiritual warfare that bleeds into physical warfare. And with what's going on in the world right now, y'all, man don't have no answer except for the one that Yahweh gave us, and that's Him. So as I'm sitting out here today, I just figured I'd do a little talk about kind of what I'm looking at here. And, maybe you got your own examples of stuff. I'm always eager to hear them. I've had people I've prayed for people, and I've seen them come back from death. That's insane. But they're alive. One day I might have them on here to tell you, like, the whole circumstances. One of my buddies, he died twice, actually. I might tell you guys about some of just how many I've walked out of. I got to a point where it wasn't fun anymore. It turned me bitter. Like, I hated life, because it's like, well, that's going to happen again, or this will. But, I had to start cutting all this junk out. Not because I had to, but if I didn't then when am I going to have time to cut out a whole tree like that? I don't know what somebody would price this at to take it out. I'd say probably realistically around 10. Probably 10,000. Maybe as low as 4 or 5. I don't know. Either way, it was just better to get rid of that before it started going all the way into the inside of it and just killing out the whole tree. And then this thing right here, yeah. Good luck trying to hold that up. You stay up there. No. But to an extent, some of the things I try to show people, it is kind of cryptic, and it has to be that way. It's not fully a choice. It's just I know a little way around certain algo stuff, a little bit from people that know it better than me. And today this is kind of a different shift in a different direction, really. Like, actually, it's a major one. But I hope you all find something in it, and I can't just leave this stuff here. I gotta get this out, and it's not trash. It's gonna get burned, which is cool, but it's got to go. And sometimes the hardest time to get it going is whenever you're deepest in what's going on. So if you don't have a personal relationship with Yeshua Messiah or the Father through him, or have his Holy Spirit in you, I'm going to be a brother here and really encourage that, because you never know. Somebody else's dead limb could come and take you down. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming back or watching this the first time. And if it's the first time, I don't do all the bells, whistles. I don't really know all that. I'm just putting this out here because it's on my heart. And, that's truth. Because I'm not a look at me in the camera vanity kind of guy. I'll put some funny stuff out there, but, generally that's it. But today, this is all kind of a whole different message, really. So appreciate y'all. Be safe. Stay blessed. And maybe we'll all make it through this last 3.5 miles.